Welcome back, everybody, to the finale of the summer crew for Variant Roles Dragon Heist, or Waterdeep Dragon Heist Extravaganza. Thank you all for joining us as we wrap up a crazy blast of a campaign. It's just been a true pleasure DMing and getting to play D&D with some great players. So we're going to go around and just introduce ourselves real fast and just tell everybody who we're playing. And then we'll get down to the brass tacks of recap. So we'll start with Samuel this week.
Okay, so I'm Samuel, the other Sam, as I actually like to say now. So I can be found on Twitter at Eldritch Warlock, and for the final time, I will be playing Five Thorns of the Blossom, the Tabaxi, who I will greatly miss in all his arse-holy ways.
Awesome. We'll jump over to Samantha.
All right. I'm Samantha Darcy. I play Harmony, a Tiefling Ranger, and instead of introducing myself tonight, I would like to do a shout out to Trash Mob Minis because my son asked Santa Claus for a scissor lift the other week, and they don't make scissor lift toys, but Santa assured him he would get him one. And Trash Mom actually went out and bought Lego and made a scissor lift out of Lego for my son. And so I feel the need to sing his praises everywhere. And we got it in the mail today. And he even sent me a couple elves.
That's
if
amazing.
You don't already know Trash Mob, please go to Drive Through RPG and look up his minis because they're incredible. And he's a wonderful person. So,
wow, that is cool.
It's
awesome.
You should look at I'll send you a picture of the scissor lift. It's still freaking cool. And it works. It moves up and down. Anyway.
Yeah. I was watching that exchange go on Twitter and I was like, that is some really cool, just, person caring for other people sort of scenario. So definitely go follow him on Twitter, support him on Drive-Thru, support him on Patreon, buy his minis. And they're just awesome art too.
Really, really cool. Yeah.
Don't feel like you'd get the short end of the stick just for supporting an awesome person. You'd also, you're getting your money's worth. So
yeah, for sure.
Yep. We'll jump down to Hisver, or Matt, as it were.
I am Matt Hunter's Mark, the Children's Sheets. It's my new moniker. I am playing in my penultimate thespian outing as Hisver Umricht. We'll be completing that tonight. You can find me here on Variant Roles on occasion, and even though I don't think we're flipping between them, but yes, I did actually go and kick my Twitter account. So at ZX Mozvan, Mozvan is now my Twitter account. And maybe I'll actually follow some people. I don't know.
Let's see. Corey.
Hey, my name is Corey Hickson. You can find me on Twitter and the internet the same spot. And tonight I am going to be bringing back my last appearance as the glamorous bard known as Prince. And I'm pretty excited to see how that works out. I have a goal today that no one dies, so we'll see how that works out. And
I will do my best to do that.
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah, and then last but definitely not least, Alex.
Hi, I'm Alex. I'm playing Jor, the human barbarian, and I will be very, very sad to see her go. But I'm hoping that she can make an appearance in some game sometime in the future because I'm not ready to let her go. I love her way too much. My code for today is fairly similar, but my code is that none of us die. I mean, everybody else can go to hell as long as none of us die.
Well, let's, before we see how all of those turn out, those well wishes and whatnot, let's figure out what brought us here. Everyone roll me for some recap. Ooh, Sam, that does not look good. Yeah, let's Sam rolled a 3. So Did anyone roll lower than a 3?
I did not.
I didn't. Oh,
Okay.
Sorry, Sam.
Well, Sam, it looks like for our final episode, the final curtain, as it were, you're going to be leading us out with the recap.
Okay. We went to a house.
I will cover anything you don't. So just tell us what you remember, because I know you struggle with it.
Okay. We went to we acquired the rock. And it talks. And we're gonna hear it, and they're best friends. We went to a house where rich, evil people lived, and accidentally, pardon me, agreed to be on their side, and didn't realize that they were the bad guys. And they want a bunch of money from the thing in the stone. Because they made some bad business dealings, and they want us to get it and bring it to them.
All right. That's a recap. That was what one would call a recap. To flesh out some details, I will reinform everyone. So last week at the beginning of the episode, the party had acquired the Stone of Golorr and then was accosted by a legion of City Watch, who did a little pat down, and the captain, who you guys had run in before previously, sort of at the beginning of this whole escapade, had taken it from you and had said he was going to go turn it in, and then shifted back into a form of a tiefling that you guys had been dealing with earlier that episode. And you guys didn't take that very well. So then you guys went back, you recovered, you met up with Fives, who had some information, had been doing some side dealings and working with his organization, the Harpers, to sort of figure out what all was going on with the craziness in the city. That traced you guys back to the Castellanter Villa. You guys did some scoping out and then got invited in. Some of you went so forward with actually meeting the Castellanters, and one of you decided it was a good idea to turn invisible and sneak around. The rest of you actually conversed with the Castellanters, who informed you that they had, through an unfortunate dealing, needed to pay off someone to release their children from some sort of captivity or dealings that they had gotten them involved in. You decided that a 10% cut of 500,000 gold pieces was adequate, and decided to work with the Castellaners because they were good, family-oriented people. Then Fives decided that it was a good idea to cast sleep on the children to investigate the manor further while the parents were inside, and try to find out a little bit more of what was going on. The rest of you, and with Five joining you shortly later after being found out, were escorted off the property, joined by Willifort, their butler, who you now know is a changeling. You collected the keys after the Stone of Golorr spoke and befriended Hisver. After you educated it about omelets and breakfast, and got your neighbor Falah drunk, you all, as a posse with Nim included, your nimble right companion, made your way to the Vault of Dragons that the Castellanters had purchased the location of. So, as you guys had found yourselves and your keys, as it were, opening the door to the Vault of Dragons, and that's where we had left off. So, with no further ado, before you is sort of a long chamber with three sets or six age-worn columns sort of supporting 60 feet overhead bridges with another 20 feet of ceiling beyond that. Along the walls, 12 metal doors, each 10 feet wide, 10 feet high, and embossed with the images of dwarf warriors in plate armor in combat. How do you guys proceed?
Hisver, can you do your fancy climbing up the wall to those bridges?
So there's bridges up from where we are, like up higher?
Yeah. So there's 3 sets of columns sort of spaced out in front of you. And then above them are sort of these bridges that seem to be almost crumbling. The wear of time has definitely set upon them.
And to get to the doors, you have to go up there?
No, there are doors along the walls on your level.
Thought it would be cool if you went up there.
I want to ask the stone. Golorr, we're through the door. Where do we go now? There's doors and bridges.
I am the guide to the gate. I have no knowledge past this place. Are there omelets in here?
If we get through it, there can be more omelets, but not in here. I don't think so.
Shall we investigate further?
Yeah, that's what we're going to do, I guess.
No one said there's not omelets in here.
That's true. I'm answering as the stone DMing your group now.
Yep, that's true.
That's
So,
true.
Where should you want? I can look up.
You should. What do you see?
There's
I have no eyes. I am a stone.
I am a stone, for I cannot see. There's bridges up high that are crumbling, and there's doors with dwarven heroes engraved on them, and
maybe you should work from the ground up.
That seems smart. Yeah,
I am an entity aged over 1,000 years. I have an idea from time to time.
I explained your knowledge about how to make omelets, even though you've never had an omelet. I was impressed. Let's check out a door.
Yeah. What's the most interesting looking door around us?
There are 12 doors, 6 on each side, and they are all adorned with sort of similar looking embossments of dwarves in various stages of combat. They're battling various sorts of things: orcs, goblins, other dwarves that are depicted darker, the Duragar, as you would know. Yeah, they seem to just be. This seems to be some sort of dwarvish stronghold at this point, or it seems to have some sort of dwarven history to it.
Does our changeling friend know anything? Did the Castellanters tell him anything?
You ask him?
Sure.
What do you ask him?
So did the Castellanters give you? Did they know where we're supposed to go? I thought we'd open the door and it would just be piles of dragons, and there's just doors, more doors.
If you recall, the vault door was shut when we got here. It's not like we got past this point.
But I just thought there might be more information. Nobody ever tells us anything.
No, that's the whole point of hiring you guys to do this, was so they didn't have to.
Smart. Yeah,
So should we just go and randomly knock on these doors?
Randomly open these doors, randomly
Can
pull
I-
these doors off their hinges. I'm up for all of it.
I mean,
Yeah.
should we just barge in like we always do, disregard any idea of there being traps? And
Also,
Then what do you want to do?
Yes.
Prince can locate objects. Assuming this is just like straight up regular gold, can we just like take some gold out of our pocket and
It'll show me the closest one. So if we have any gold with us, it's
Well,
gonna
I don't
point
have any
us.
drag. I mean, I don't know how rich you guys are, but
I don't think I have any money.
Some of you have gold on you. It would definitely not work like you want it to. It's not.
yeah.
It was
I
just
mean,
an
I don't
idea.
want to brag. I don't.
No,
want
it was
to
a good
brag.
idea.
I'm
It was a
gonna
good idea.
go.
Go ahead.
It would absolutely not work for me.
I'll just make a joke.
I didn't hear. Sorry.
That was being poor.
Fives was bragging about being rich, is what was going
Yes.
on. So are you guys trying doors? Are you guys gonna go like in and then down, or are you gonna go down and then back? What's your plan?
First door on
Close
the right.
door. Yep.
Okay, so are you all going to one door?
Yes. Let's.
Yes,
Yeah.
all going to one door.
Don't split the party until
Yeah.
we
Don't split the party. Okay, so you go to the door on the right.
We're gonna try something
How are you
different.
trying it?
I'm taking 10 steps back.
Okay.
Okay.
Just in case.
It's made of actually, what kind of check would this be?
I'm just wondering,
stone
like,
working. Stone
like
cutting.
if Alex Joy looks at it, if she's
I can just.
be like judge.
It's
Right.
really strong metal. Anyone deal with like, blacksmiths or anything? No, none of you. Okay, this is like real thick. That's all I can say. And none of you have passive knowledge of this material, is what I'll say.
Right.
So do you want to go ahead and knock, Hellion? You knock. We take 10 steps back. Anything goes wrong, you get hit. We just run.
I
We
roll.
leave, you die. The
Knock
simple.
on door. I'm gonna knock on it. I don't.
Okay,
think-
you
yeah,
knock on
I'm
it.
gonna knock.
You hear a very dull, just resounding knock.
Yeah.
It's made of metal.
Could you
And
try
no-
pushing it?
Is it unlocked? Can I just open it?
Try. Are you trying to open it?
Yeah.
Yeah, this door seems to be a dud.
It's locked.
No, it's a fake door.
Oh.
As you
Okay.
you sort of start looking around it, and you realize that it's just kind of set on the wall and into the wall. It's not really a door. There's no hinges. There's nothing. It's just a sheet of metal.
It's not
I
a
thought
mimic,
that
is
would be
it?
a good idea.
No, it's just a fake door.
How much of a defense is it? I mean, just someone walks up and knocks. It's fake. What's it
fake,
stopping
that's-
people? It's not the best defenses, is it? I mean, am I wrong?
Yeah.
Just
Put
find
it
the
on
real
there.
door.
Gonna start inspecting the other doors in the hopes that
Sure.
one of them.
Okay, what's your process?
I'm just gonna look for the same kind of something that's different from that first door where it's clearly just on the wall.
Okay, so as you guys started fanning out and testing doors and everything, you eventually come to the conclusion that the only two doors that aren't fake are the two on the western wall, and like to the end. So there's two on the very end, but they're on the north wall. Like on the western wall, there's two sets of doors that actually do seem to jostle and open and not be nothing. So
Right.
Should we check to see if there are traps, or should we just do what we always do, disregard that and go ahead?
Can anyone check for traps? Is that a skill that we're particularly good at? Prince,
Well, I
yes,
mean,
sir?
we can do.
I actually think I have that ability.
I imagine you just saying them like, I think I went to college for that. I took a course on trap checking.
This is Traps 201, and I'm going to start
Traps
like,
201.
looking around.
Got it.
From University to Phoenix.
Yeah. What was that syllabus like?
I didn't pay close attention.
Didn't go to syllabus day. We all do that from time to time. So yeah. So go ahead and roll me an investigation check.
That's a 16.
As far as you're aware, there are no traps.
I think we're good. My
Maybe.
college
Mine.
course. Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, which one are we opening this to?
And I mean, we can open them both. Do we have to open just the one?
Let's
Well,
start
if we
with
open both of them and there's something behind both of them, now we have to deal with two things.
Okay, I'll give you guys an option. The one like down below or the one closest to the top wall? Which one? I'll move over to the camera.
down below.
Down below or above?
Down below.
Down below? Okay. You guys open into sort of a clearing, and on the other side of the wall is a fresco or sort of a mural. And this mural is depicting this great battle between dwarves and goblins. And as you guys sort of step into this room, I need everyone to make me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh boy.
I'll make them for our PC or NPCs.
Okay.
Because Falah and Willifort and Nimblewright are with you, Nim.
And my gazer.
Is this
And
magic?
your gazer, yes. Yes, it is magic.
Oh, ouch.
This was wisdom.
This is wisdom.
Not good.
Okay. Matt,
18.
18. Prince,
13.
13.
Yep.
Fives,
21.
21. Alex,
12.
12. Okay. Sam,
10.
okay. And Willifort rolled a 10 and Falal rolled a nat 1. They
my God.
are not wise in this moment. So you see both the doppelganger and Falal, as well as Harmony, sort of become entranced by this mural. They see it and they are becoming protective of it. And as they sort of walk towards it, they turn their back and they take up arms. Harmony has her bow out,
Oh
just
no.
pointed at you guys. Falal has a short sword that she has out. Willifort has now pulled out a rapier, and they are just standing
no.
guard. They're not engaging with you all, but they are now willing to lay down their lives for this mural.
Harmony's our highest damage dealer.
The one that kills the most is now against us.
They're not attacking you or anything like that. They are just willing. You can tell from the look in their eye that they are adamant about protecting this mural now.
Do we know if this is a charm effect by seeing this?
Roll me an
Okay.
Arcana check.
That's a 23. Nat 20.
Yeah, you are definitely aware this is some sort of charm.
Okay, I'm gonna look to... It was 3 of them, right?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna look to them and say, okay, I get that this is like a nice picture and all, but let's be reasonable here. And I'm gonna use calm emotions on them.
Okay, what does that do? What do they need to do to save or not save against that?
So it's a charisma saving throw. If they fail, I can choose to where was it? I thought this could remove charms.
It doesn't.
Oh, it can. Oh, it only lasts for a minute.
I'm out of the room.
I will
Sure.
I will say with that nat 20, you are aware that this will make it easier for you guys to remove this charm no matter like whatever it is.
Okay. It says you can suppress any effect causing a target be charmed or frightened. But when the when the spell ends after a minute, it resumes. So I'll go
We
for
can
it.
get him out of the room in a minute. We can get him
Yeah,
out.
you guys have the ability, or I'll say with the nat 22, you realize that just because if you move them away from this, it's not going to end the charm effect.
Oh,
You basically, with that natural 20, you have seen this sort of enchantment before, and you realize that it is not just here, that this mural has fully entranced them, and they are, no matter where they are, they will either die to
Okay.
protect it or die to get back to it.
okay.
So you're just going to have to figure out how to end this enchantment while you're in this room. But casting this will give you a minute
Yeah.
if you manage to make them fail. Or just, what kind of save is that?
It was a charisma save. I'll maybe hold off until I know that, until we figure out a way to end the charm first then.
Okay.
I mean, do charm effects end when somebody's injured? Is that not a thing?
I will say that, again, based on this enchantment and the determined look in their eye, and Prince's sort of just innate understanding of what's going on here because of being a glamour bard, they're going to lay down their lives for this. This is not a one hit and they're going to come back to their senses. They are ready to die for this mural.
What if we charm their charm out?
Let's
Yeah,
have a
double
look
check.
around the room, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that
I mean-
sounds smart.
Can we put them to sleep? Fives? Can you, if you put them to sleep and then we destroy the mural while they're asleep?
I think we lost. Is he locked up?
Oh, we've got a frozen.
Is he frozen?
Fives.
Fives.
Yep.
Yep, he's frozen. While we wait for Fives to come back.
Have a look around the room.
Okay. As you get close to the mural, they're blocking you from getting close to it.
That's okay. We can look elsewhere in the room. There's other things in the room, right?
There are not other things in the room.
Uh,
You notice that down the pathway, though, there seems to be sort of a stairway that sort of leads up.
Can
Okay.
we get past them to get to it?
Yeah, they are not impeding your passage at all. They are just protecting this mural.
Well,
What if there's something worse further down?
I mean, it seems likely, but there could also be a fix further down. There could be whatever's in charge of it, or.
Is it?
His for going, give me an Arcana check from your understanding.
Okay. 23.
Okay. 23 is an Arcana check tonight. You guys are on point. As you're sort of tuning into the magic of this room, you realize that the source is definitely coming from this painting, this mural. You guys are going to have to do something to this painting, this mural, to do any sort of release of this magic.
What if we cover the painting up?
Anybody bring a paint gun?
Are you guys going to try?
Should I use I have the fireball. Should
That was going to be my
fireball?
suggestion. Is we could
They are
fireball.
definitely within 30 feet. Actually, pretty much all of you are within 30 feet of this mural. So
Do I have to say it again? I didn't ask how big the room is. I said I want to cast fireball.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
no, well, we knew we lost 5, so
Yeah.
So
I'll
hopefully-
start fixing.
So
I-
I could levitate Harmony, and she would probably not be able to shoot us.
Do you want a flying?
yeah. You want a flying ranger?
Well,
Do you want flying death? Because that's how you get flying death.
It's like I can spin her around, and I think it would be
Then I could
challenging.
just fire arrows out in like a circle.
Boom, 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 boom.
Whoop, whoop.
Do we want to go to the BRB screen for a second while Fives rejoins, just because the cameras are kind of messed up right
Yeah,
now?
we can do that real fast. We can do that. I forgot about the cameras, so
Okay.
we'll be right back. Da-da-da.
And we're back.
And we're back. Cool. Sorry, technical. It wouldn't be Summer Nights, Summer Crew without technical difficulties.
Welcome to the
Just
trash.
for once, it's not me.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Nope, you're good. almost dropped my pen. Didn't. We're good to go. Yeah. So we were just trying to figure out what you guys were going to do to try and rescue Harmony, Fla, and Willifort from this enchantment.
I'm gonna walk up to Prince and just go, Prince, Prince, Prince,
Yep.
Prince, Prince.
Yep, here we go. Here we go. I'm going to whoosh. And I literally say whoosh as I cast Calm Emotions.
Okay. So what's the saving throw on that?
So it's going to be a DC 13 Charisma saving throw.
Okay. Harmony, give us a charisma throw.
Okie dokie.
Fail.
That's my character sheet.
Fail.
Roll a
Yes.
1. Come on, natural 1. Wait,
Yeah. Roll poorly.
Wait. What's the DC?
13.
13.
She rolls an 11.
She fails due to his portent.
Oh.
That's amazing.
A creature can choose to fail
Thank
this
you.
if they want. I just realized. It says in the spell.
If they want, which they can
they
if they're
want.
charmed.
But,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
They don't want
Yeah.
to because they're
But
charmed.
the
but
portent
anyway.
But the portent makes that an 11 and not a success, so they sort of, as you say, whoosh, because that's the most bardic spellcasting I've ever heard. They sort of just drop and sort of just see calm spread over them, and they're smiling and sort of just looking at each other back and forth and just looking at you guys and smiling and just there.
I'm
They're
leaving it
still
to
into the effect, but they're clearly sort of out of it.
I'm going to turn around and look at the picture again, like,
That's nice.
Yeah.
nice picture.
Magic users to get rid of this mural, and I'm just going to kind of herd the others out of the room, like, come on, out we go.
Okay.
Yep. I'm
Okay.
going to help with
The
this
corridor,
too.
and I'm going to close the door and put my back against the door.
Okay. Hisver and Fives, who are the only two in this room right now.
And Prince,
No, Prince said he was helping you.
you're helping me? All right.
So Hisver and Fives, what are you doing to this mural at the moment? I'm going to start a timer of sorts.
I could try a firebolt. The fireball seems like kind of a waste, and I don't know if we could run away fast enough.
I will say if you stood at the edge of this door,
Fire
That-
it and run.
that if you stood at the edge, you wouldn't quite be caught by a fireball. I have started a timer, by the way, just FYI.
Let's try the bolt first, because I can do that with a cantrip real quick.
Yeah, I'd offer to help, but I don't really have anything in my arsenal, I don't think.
Okay, give me a attack roll.
15.
That does not seem to damage the mural as it sort of just dissipates as it connects. What's next?
Why don't we just forget about the mural and leave?
Because
No,
you'll
I
be
think-
enchanted anyway.
What?
Yeah.
Once
it doesn't
calm
matter.
emotion ends, you are going to be attempting to get back to it
Oh, right. That's what
through
it, sorry,
thick and
I
thin
thought,
and
yeah,
death.
Right.
Okay, so second level magic missile.
Okay. There are 4 sections of this mural: top left, top right, bottom left, bottom right.
I can sign a targets, right? Let's see.
Yeah.
Let's do 2 to the top and 2 to the right. Top right. 2 to the top left, 2 to the top right.
Okay.
So let's see. 5, 4. So 9 to the top left.
Okay.
4 and 9 to the top right. Dang.
Okay, they both taken damage.
Oh, snap.
I could try something on the bottom, I think. If I'm right up next to it.
Your guys' clock is ticking
just-
down.
I want to yell into the room, how's the fireball going?
We're running out of time. Okay, let's just we already stole this from a kid, so let's just use it. Let's get
Okay, are you casting fireball?
yeah. So let's get to the door and then
You listen,
Okay. So you
don't
managed
put it in the
to.
room.
I'll say that for posperity's sake, you guys managed to just dink it right on the edge of the corner, like right where the wall meets the floor, and it just erupts. How much damage does that do?
8d6.
86. Roll me damage. The walls do not make saves, so
12. That's 14. Oh snap! 14, 26, 31, 33.
Okay, the entire mural is just charred black and ruined. And as this sort of happens inside the room, you, Prince and Jor, see the three outside the room sort of just come back to themselves as both the charm or the calm emotions and the charm seems to wear off.
Oh. You guys good? How you feeling? You okay, Harmony?
Do I have any? Like, do I know that occurred?
Yeah. You, as you come out of that, you go, man, I really liked that wall for a minute there. That was a really nice mural. Like, I was going to give my life if anybody tried to mess with that.
Yeah.
That was weird.
In front of the door with my longsword, like, yeah.
Turns out I really like art, guys.
You know, Hisva, I can't help but be slightly disappointed. I just hope we don't go around destroying even more art. I mean, we're already enemies to children. I don't want to be enemies to history as well, you know?
Enemies to children, enemies to history.
That's gross.
But friend of Aboleth, and that's the important part.
It was.
You guys have now sort of cleared this room, as it were, and sort of see that path open up to you to the stairways that will lead up to the next floor. So
I think we do it. Go up. Of course. I mean, this certainly feels like something you put in front of somewhere where you kept valuable stuff.
Yes, you're not wrong. But I mean, I can't help but wonder now. Should we not perhaps leave Fala here? You know, just in case anything else is up ahead, we don't want her to die, or...
Could
or
we send
something
her home
worse.
with the gazer?
you could send them home. Yeah. The Gazer and Nim. Nim sort of steps up and starts signing to you guys that it volunteers to
Good, okay.
protect them on their way
Get all
home.
the little ones home safe.
Yeah. Willifort does not want to go home, though, the doppelganger. He is sort of volunteering to stay with you guys. He's got to see his job to completion. So, but yeah, the Gazer, Falah, and the Nim are all making their way out of the tomb. And as they sort of step through the door, the vault door, you hear a loud, booming voice, seemingly from nowhere, shout, "Azam!" And you hear the grinding of the gears and everything that was the door when it opened, and they sort of just slide shut behind them. And it is now just you guys in here.
That was probably not of the good.
Yeah. Well, maybe we weren't supposed to bring them in here.
I think we're locked. I think we're locked in.
Let's hope there's a switch or something. Hopefully there's a switch.
Locked in.
Are you guys heading forward?
Well, we certainly
there's no way to go back.
now, can we?
Are you guys heading up the staircase?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. So as you guys head into the next sort of up the staircase, you guys find yourself in a 20-foot tall, like, hallway that has 3 pillars sort of spaced out along it. Each of these pillars are carved to resemble war hammers, with their square heads pressed against their floor and their shafts running up into the ceiling. The west wall, or I guess in your case the east wall, bears a cracked mosaic that depicts a wharf smith at a forge crafting dwarves out of black metal and diamonds.
All right, no one look at the mosaic.
Yeah. Don't your eyes from the art.
So, are you guys making your way down?
Yeah,
think
I'm in the
so.
front.
Okay, so as you're making your way down on the left side of this corridor, there are 3 openings, about 20 feet apart. They each lead towards a bridge that across the bridge seems to be another one of those doors and nothing else. So that first bridge you come, there's the first opening, which is just less than halfway. leads across, and as you look across the bridge, you can tell that age has not been kind to this bridge, to the stonework. Parts are crumbled apart along it, and as you look out, each of these bridges seem to have similar effects.
These are the bridges we could see when we came in?
Yeah,
Below?
from below, yeah.
Okay.
Right.
It is a 60-foot drop. What's up?
There was still a door that we hadn't tried, wasn't there?
As you kind of passed from where you guys had entered, the one next to it sort of leaded into that same room where the staircase went up.
Right. Okay.
So you would
Gotcha.
you would rationalize that would have just led you away from the mural. So
Right. We just picked the wrong damn door.
Yep.
Fair.
So should we try our luck on these old bridges with a 60-foot drop where if we fall we're dead?
What if
Joe's gonna I'm gonna kind of look at the bridges. I'm like, oh, I'm not a delicate woman. Whoever's going across these first should not be me.
I like that about you.
Thank you.
how high is this? The ceilings? How far above the bridge?
it's another 20 feet above.
Okay. So here's I have a plan. This will work. I will cast the floating disc, and you guys can ride on the disc, and then I'll walk over the ceiling, and the disc will follow me, and we'll get to the other side, and no one has to touch the bridges.
Okay.
A hoverboard.
Or
Okay.
I could levitate one of you, and we could just bounce on the bridge and see if it collapses. That's an idea too.
So which bridge are you trying this plan on, or one of these plans? The first, which is sort of towards you, the one in the middle, or the one at the end, which is near the vault once you came in?
If we use the disc, we'd probably do all three.
Which one are you doing first, though, is my question. So, like, are you going to the first bridge? Are you skipping that first bridge and going to the next one or the third one? What's your plan? Excuse me.
Middle?
Sure.
Are you choosing the middle? Middle?
Sure.
Okay.
I mean, is there anything differentiating any of them? Or?
Not until you start walking towards the middle. And then as you guys start heading towards this middle area, there's from one of the cracks in this mural starts dripping and then flowing this black, gross liquid. And it starts forming in front of you and pulling up and up and up into a mound. We're going to roll initiative.
Is there?
I couldn't have seen it coming, says the divination wizard.
Oh man.
Do I have advantage on initiative yet?
No.
No.
That is, unfortunately, what's it called? UA Ranger.
Oh, okay.
So,
That's what I played the most, so.
yeah. No, I play one of those too. I understand. Hisver.
17.
17. Harmony.
11.
Jor.
9.
Prince.
10.
Fives.
13.
Jesus
13.
Christ.
So what I'd like you guys to know is this thing has a -3 to dexterity, and it rolled a 4. So it got a 1.
That's all right then.
So, but before we get into this combat, we're gonna take a quick break.
Is it? Oh my god, it's 9:30 already.
God.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, I also need to use the restroom.
I'm getting
So,
up. Yeah.
yes, also that. But yeah, so we'll be right back.
Okay, I switched the screens.
Cool, thank
Are
you.
you ready for this joke?
Yes.
Yes, and we didn't ever go off live, Corey. By the way,
Yeah, we did not. What wobbles in the sky?
what's in the sky?
What wobbles in the sky?
What?
A jellycopter.
No.
That's great.
And Alex, since you mentioned it earlier today in the Discord, that is from Peppa Pig.
Oh,
My son tells it all the time, and it's much cuter when he does it.
I bet Finn is the best and the most adorable.
And it's bloody cute.
And
Yeah.
Cooker.
That's yeah.
It's good. All right. You
Yeah.
laughed at it.
I laughed a ton at it. That was great. I was not expecting that answer. I am not even upset about that joke. So I've got a bad one for you guys. Just to replicate. Why did the herd of stegosauruses eat the factory? Because they're plant eaters.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's really bad too.
That's pretty bad.
What's a skeleton's favorite instrument?
The xylophone.
Not the trombone either. It's the bongos because they don't have lungs.
Oh, that's a stretch.
I know.
Mine was better.
Yours was better.
Yeah, it was.
Anyway, since we're still alive and we're all here now, we're gonna stop telling terrible jokes and get back to what we're really bad at in D&D.
I am so glad I was wearing pants.
Yeah. Anyway, that was a bad joke. I was gonna say, aren't we all? But I said anyway. Anyway, moving on from all of our just being ourselves.
wait, back up. Pants are optional?
Just not for you, Matt.
Oh.
Yeah, so for your first in initiative, you have what seems to be, from your perspective and your previous knowledge of oozes and the such, a black pudding.
Oh no!
Yep.
Delicious.
And this one looks particularly hearty.
Does it look particularly fast? Because I'm in a running mood.
No, it just looks particularly thick.
Is it particularly in the way? Could we just
Yes, it is definitely in the way.
Okay.
Of the first door or just the second?
As you guys had moved towards the second hallway, it had oozed out and sort of filled a large space in front of you. It is filling most of the hallway.
Okay, so we can't even get to the first bridgey thing.
You could get to the one behind you, but the thing is definitely going to come after you.
All right. So
Alright.
Here's where you're up. You all get to go before this thing, so plan accordingly.
I want to kind of backpedal. I don't know what the range of a pudding is.
The pudding is definitely a pudding and has no range.
Your range as a pudding was despicable. Okay, so I will back up just a little bit, and then rubs his gear together and casts Firebolt.
Okay. Roll to attack.
Ugh, 13.
Its armor class is 7, so good job.
Sweet.
Yes, 7. So you hit.
For 1 point of damage.
Let me just mark off 1 whole point of damage here. That's really just...
Have a
That
shit
just...
points.
Oh man, this thing's looking real injured right now. That firebolt definitely didn't just barely nick it.
It makes up for that. I rolled out, 3s, 4s, 3, 4 on that.
Let me just say that that's only going to take 129 more hits.
These things have a shitload of HP.
Yeah. So, based on that awesome move by Hisver, Fives, you're up next.
But it is injured. I can now use Toll the Dead.
It is not injured.
Being so inspired by the marvelous show of power and skill that Hisler just presented, I'm going to fire with my own bolt. Only this one a beam of crackling energy as I use Eldritch Blast.
Yes, please.
Did you take a warlock level?
I took magic initiate,
Oh, nice. Cool.
so I only got an 8 to hit.
That still beats a 7 AC, so go right ahead and roll damage.
I got a 2 on the dice.
Goodness gracious, y'all. This is going to take forever.
On the other hand, I just got a 9 damage, so...
Oh, 9 damage. Okay, that's much better. I think you rolled 2 on the damage, and I was like, guys, come on.
No, I rolled 2 on the d20. Oh, and then
Yeah.
I'm going to back up.
Okay.
Just 10 feet or so. And I'll end my turn there, actually.
Okay. So that was Harmony, you're up.
Okay.
Man. You don't have any magic arrows, do you?
I don't, unfortunately. Can I only hit it with magic?
You can hit it with other things, but
Is it resistant?
Roll me a nature check to see what you know about black pudding.
I have a -1 to intelligence.
Well,
I got 13.
you know that they are not resistant to any damage, but you know that some elemental abilities, like they seem to do pretty well in the cold, as well as don't get shocked pretty well. They're sort of absorbent to electrical energy, as well as obviously acid doesn't work, and that if you were to try to slash them, it would not go well. But
they
Okay.
mess up your weapon.
Well, I don't.
but piercing and bludgeoning seem to do just all right.
I don't have any elemental spells, so I'm just gonna do my normal thing, and I'm just gonna cast Hunter's Mark as a bonus action,
Okay,
and then I'm gonna shoot it.
that hits. Actually, with a +9, you can't miss. So
That's true.
unless you nat 1.
Yep.
So that's 18 damage to it.
Yeah.
Okay, that's damage. Yeah, that's more than his and 5s combined. So good job. Yeah, is that your turn? That's action and bonus action, so you have movement left.
Oh,
Prince, you're on deck.
Yeah, I'm done. Yep.
Okay, Prince, you're up.
I'm just gonna look towards this ooze and I'm gonna say, you think you might be thick, but and I'm just gonna like tap my butt a little bit and use vicious mockery.
And guys, later than we normally do, but to keep concurrent with all of our traditions here on Friday Night Variant Rolls, that's it for this evening. We're gonna wrap it up there, as I can't continue. I can't even with that vicious mockery. So yeah, thanks for joining us, and we'll see you for the Q&A, as I am dead. No, just kidding.
That must be
That's what kind of charisma check is that, or
It's a
saving throw?
save.
Wisdom saving throw.
13.
Let me see what kind of wisdom. A 6 wisdom. Yeah, that's. But that is an 18 on the die. That is a 16. This pudding.
Thick.
This pudding knows it thick, girl. So.
All right, I'm just gonna back up.
And that's another quote for the evening. So.
Maybe if you still had charm, we could induce it to twerk, and then everything else. I would like to induce the pudding to twerk, please.
I love you guys. Anyway, moving on. It is now Jor's turn. Unless, Prince, did you have anything else you wanted to do? Nope. Okay. Just mock it for its thickness. Got it.
I'm going to bring out my light crossbow, which I do have.
Okay.
I've seen one of these before. I'm not going anywhere near it. I like my longsword. Thank you very much. So I'm going to attack it with my crossbow.
Okay.
That's a natural 1. So that's.
Are you kidding me?
It's a 4.
Well, it misses, so.
Yeah, no shit.
As you sort of aim, you haven't used this thing in like 2 months. You're just like, as you go to fire it, it just sort of, the bolt sticks on the rust as the sort of band, the wire just sort of releases around the bolt and just sort of jerks it out of your hand. The crossbow is now out of, you have been disarmed from the crossbow.
Well, guess who gets a you know what? I'm gonna. I don't have another attack. No, I'll do it next turn. That's all right.
Okay.
Just
Is
gonna
that your
lob
turn?
broken crossbow into the
Okay. Who's in front of the group? So who is leading the charge? Jor?
It would absolutely be me.
Okay. The pudding sort of. Okay, you back up.
I'm not like anywhere near this thing.
Okay, so you guys all back up, and as you sort of back up, the ooze, you guys are about 25 feet away from it, and it sort of just oozes, it just sort of towards you. I'll do that again later. Don't worry.
Yeah. Keep rolling one so we can keep seeing Taryn do that.
Yeah. It just sort of right at you guys. But yeah, it doesn't quite reach you.
Nope.
But it is real close to the group now. We are back to the top of the round. It is his first turn.
This time we will toll the dead.
Okay, what kind of saving throw is that? Wisdom, charisma, wisdom.
DC 14.
Natural 20.
What?
I'm sorry. This pudding has a lot of self-confidence.
Yeah.
All right.
It went to a seminar last week. It got a lot of self-help. It's read some books. It is there for itself. Goes to therapy, everything.
All right. Now back up again.
You are now at the sort of the entrance of this hallway.
So
you are now against the wall.
Oh, I thought we could keep backing up like down to where the portrait was.
You can. I'm saying that your movement took you back to this door now.
Oh, okay.
That's where like 2 sets of movement would take you. So, Fives, you're up. Harmony, you're on deck.
First things first, I'm going to snap towards Jor and say, Hellion, get your act together, and give bardic inspiration.
Okay.
Like shaking my crossbow like, what?
Just pull yourself together, Hellion.
How do I make it go?
Trying.
Then I'm going to turn to the black sludge in front of me and say, you know, you came from a moral. I'm thinking art is a very bad thing now. And I'm using dissonant whispers.
Okay. What kind of save is that?
So it's a DC 14 wisdom.
That is a 7 on the die, finally. -2. That's a 5.
So it takes 14 points of psychic damage and must use its reaction to move its full speed away from me.
Okay. So the pudding starts shivering and shaking and starts just away. How much was that damage? 14?
14.
Okay.
And I just say, yeah, you better run.
Okay.
Ooze, whatever.
And that's everything.
Okay. That is Five's turn. Harmony, you're up.
Okay.
Shoot it again.
Shoot it again. Yay.
That hits
Yay.
for 11 damage.
And I tell Jor I can show her how to use her crossbow.
Thank you. You're like, move that bit there. Do this. Thank you.
Hey, Harmon, is that your turn?
That's my turn.
You're just letting arrows loose because you know you can't miss.
Yeah.
You're doing it blindfold.
I have no other tricks. Yeah. I'm like looking over here and trying to tell Jor how to use her crossbow as I'm shooting arrows. It's easy.
Yeah. Next up is Prince. I'm dying over here, apparently.
Am I within 30 feet?
No, because it moved. It ran away 30 or 20 feet, so it's
Okay.
about 45.
In that case, I'm just gonna like turn around and I'm gonna like put my hands on the floor. I'm gonna like twerk towards it and be like, "You can't handle this."
Are you vicious mockering again?
Yeah, I am.
I hate hate you. I love you, but I hate you. That's an 8. Yeah, that doesn't save. So roll your damage.
Drop
4
a beat.
psychic damage, max damage.
Okay. Max damage.
I think maybe we all have to roll that one though.
Yeah, you all. Actually, I need to roll a wisdom saving throw and check. Yeah, I fail. I'm out, guys. Oh, that was something else, Corey. Thank you for that. Maximum torque damage. Thank you for that. Alphabet seeds. I'm not gonna be able to get that one out of my head for a while. So is that your turn, Prince? Okay. Jor, you're up. And you are inspired, just FYI.
Yeah. So if I were to just throw my crossbow at it.
Wait. You're gonna actually throw your crossbow at it?
Well, I'm proficient. I'm proficient in improvised weapons.
I'm aware. Yes, tavern feed. So
Give it a name first, and then.
I mean, I haven't done this.
Just
I've done this with a hitting. Would it be a? What would
it's
it be?
about
My strength.
Yeah, it's a thrown weapon. So yeah, it's your strength. So it's just like throwing. It's just like using an improvised weapon, except you're throwing it. So yeah, it's the same thing.
Well, damn, son, because if it's a strength-based chuck, then that's a +7. So
You just have to roll not a 2.
I'm gonna
Or
hit it.
you have to roll at least not a nat 1.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm just after the crossbow breaks, I'm like this stupid thing. And I
Okay.
just the crossbow at it. That is a 17 on the dice, +7.
Yeah. I'm gonna say this basically functions as a bludgeoning hand axe, so 1d6 plus whatever.
Great. So that's 5 plus my strength again. Is it?
So
Yeah.
4 plus 4.
I think it's +5 for me.
It should be plus 4 if you have a plus 7 to hit.
Yeah, yeah. +4.
You have an 18 strength, yeah, so that'd be 9 damage.
No, not 18 strength, 20 strength.
Oh, you have 20 strength, yeah, plus 5.
Oh,
So you should be a plus 8 to hit. No, because you guys are at level 5. Never mind. All right.
+5. It's +5.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, plus 5. So yeah, so that's 10 damage. Alrighty.
but I don't have it anymore.
Yeah, that's a thing. Yeah. You don't have a crossbow, but you have managed to successfully just chuck your crossbow at it and
Sorry, this thing.
smacks and makes a deafening thud into this as the black pudding sort of recoils and then just sucks the crossbow in. And it is the pudding's turn and is now frustrated, and it is actually going to crawl up the wall and then on the mural and then start heading towards you guys.
Not the mural.
Okay, that's its turn. Hisver.
Oh, okay.
Fine, I will. We're gonna magic missile this thing because I am tired of stupid rolls ruining my game here.
You did hear me say it has an AC of 7, right?
Yeah, but you know, a firebolt, and then I could maybe roll a 1 again. This way, I'm guaranteed at least 8 damage.
That's fair. That's fair. That's fair.
4, 8. Oh, cocked. 13. Dang, 18.
18 damage. All
3,
right.
4, 4. That makes up for the last one.
Okay, this thing is looking pretty damaged.
Good.
Harmony. No, 5's you're up. Harmony, you're on deck.
That's fast.
Okay, I'm tempted to do something which I know as a player is really stupid.
But we
Don't
tried.
even hesitate. Just do it. Just do it. 5's will do it. Do it.
Absolutely do it. Yes.
Very well then. Let's see. Because I am Tabaxi, I have the feat of, feel and agility, where if I didn't move the turn before, which I didn't, I have double speed, so I have 60 feet of speed right now. So I'm going to run up, stab it with a short sword,
Okay.
so which I think is piercing damage,
It is piercing. Yes.
and then bonus action dagger,
Okay.
and
So
then
roll,
run back.
Okay. Yeah. So roll your to hits on those.
Okay, so short sword is that's 17 on the dice.
Oh, yeah, that hits. Yeah, roll your damage. Yeah.
That does a total of +3, 6 piercing.
6 piercing.
And then I'll bring the dagger round and down on its head.
Yeah.
That's 11 on the dice.
Okay, that hits. And I think because you're not 2-weapon fighter, you only get your damage dice on this as opposed to your stat. Yeah.
Oh, so that's 4 piercing.
4 piercing. Okay.
But as I do this, I whisper, "Would you just fuck off?" And the words seem to resonate.
Oh,
And
you're using
takes-
your whisper bards.
and
Yeah.
It takes 2d6 psychic.
Nice.
And I don't know why I'm talking in Fives' voice, but I am, so I'm just going to
No,
keep going.
that's good. It's all good. How much damage is that?
So that was 10 psychic.
Okay. So yeah, Fives fuck this thing up. And then you said you're running away, right?
And then I'm running.
Okay, it will take an attack of opportunity on you.
Oh yeah, I know.
That is a 20 to hit.
Oh,
Barely.
Barely.
Oh, you know that is.
Meets.
That is
Thank you.
7 bludgeoning damage plus.
Do it. Come on, do it.
It's acid.
Hurt me.
Plus 18 acid damage.
Oh,
Okay.
And you are not wearing magical armor, correct?
Correct.
So it reduces your AC by 1.
Mm-hmm. So I am on 2 HP.
You did say you were doing something dumb as a player, so
And I loved it. And I'm still talking of Fives. I
yeah,
don't know
no,
why.
it's all good. It's ingrained now. That was Fives' turn. Harmony, you're up.
Okay.
Fives did some damage and then almost died. You see him like sort of run up, just stab it. You see this jelly or this pudding just sort of vibrate and begin to sort of disintegrate and swell in on itself. And then it sort of lashes out and smacks him as it sort of starts dissolving his armor.
And as I start
And
panting,
Five starts limping back.
as I'm panting in place, I go, "Don't do what I did."
I couldn't. Okay, in the interest of keeping it away from Fives. All right. I'm gonna
So
get
13.
damage from an arrow.
Okay, yeah. Harmony continues to be a badass and just plink away at this thing, not knowing how to miss. I don't think she's missed this entire campaign in 2 months.
I have something else to say, but I don't want to jinx it, so I'll tell you.
Okay. You haven't taken damage yet either? Is that what it is?
Not once.
You are the ranged monstrosity. That was Harmony's turn. Prince, you're up.
All right. So I'm gonna like stand up and I'm gonna start flossing with like my hands,
I wasn't looking at what you were doing. I was just like, floss.
and I'm just gonna like look really intently at this thing and be like, "What?" And I'm gonna throw out another vicious mockery.
Okay. Let me just roll some saving throw. Yep, that fails. Roll your damage.
1 damage.
Oh.
That, though, brings a good point. It had been Vicious Mockery, so it would have had a disadvantage on that attack roll.
Oh, that's true. I forgot about that.
Actually, it wouldn't. The Vicious Mockery lasts until the end of its turn, I believe.
I'll
so-
check because I've got it right here.
Yeah.
No,
so-
yeah, I think actually Sam is right, though. That's correct. I had forgot about that part,
Yep.
but
So it would have been Vicious Mockery, had its turn, and it would
okay. So,
normal.
but yeah, Corey continues to. Now it has been, yes. And as that is the case, it is Joel's turn.
I'm going to take out a javelin and
Okay.
shoot a javelin at it.
Okay, roll your damage, or roll the hit, but
I mean, That's a 4 on the dice, which is low.
that
but
hits.
and so
Nope, that hits. Yeah, that's.
1d.
You had to roll not a 2. Actually, you rolled not a 1, but
10 damage.
It's still there. You don't know how
There it is.
you hit this thing, and it sort of ebbs and flows and sort of jiggles a little bit, and it's sort of just you see it almost sort of flicker, like to like almost a flat, and then it rebounds, and it's just this little mound of pudding right now.
Yep, that's fine.
Yeah, it's up, and it's his turn. It's gonna right at you guys. And Jor, you're the last one to attack it. It gets within melee range.
Yeah.
Is it is a disadvantage? That is a 15 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay, that's 5 bludgeoning damage plus 20 acid damage.
Great, thanks. Appreciate it.
Great, googly boogly.
Are you wearing any sort of armor?
No.
Okay, your clothes take some sizzling and acid to them. They start fizzling away at places. Just along like your calves though,
Yeah, right.
because it's very low.
HP damage.
What's up?
Is there a max HP damage on that as well, or?
On the AC?
Yeah.
No. It's just on your armor.
All right.
Hisver, you're up.
That's fine. I'm fine.
It's
I'm
pretty
fine.
beat up, huh?
Yeah, that's all I can say right now for this
I
very
gotcha.
moment.
Well, I'm gonna magic missile it again at first level this time because I got.
Okay, it's dead.
Okay, yay!
I'm not even gonna let you total because it had 1 fucking HP.
Ooh.
That's how close. Nope, I'm not even kidding. Had 1 HP. You did 10. It had 11. So.
I'm so mad.
Yep.
I could've
Yep.
used
That's.
fireball on that.
I know.
It
I know
smells
you
hot.
could have. But you guys have successfully killed a black pudding, which is a feat that had maximum HP.
Ouch.
I am hurt. I am so very, very
You
hurt.
guys have a couple of members that look pretty beat up at this moment.
So can I cast mending on like the clothes and the armor?
These sort of look pretty damaged. Like mending is not going to repair the holes that have been burned into these items of clothing. Like Jor's pants, like below the knee, are just gone, and Fives has a big hole in his side of his armor.
I'd like to give a quick healing word to both of them to help them out.
Okay, roll your healing.
That's 4 healing for Jor
It's fine.
and 7 healing for Fives.
It still hurts so very, very much. And I'm
Yeah.
using my own healing word now.
Okay,
I need to
on
get more
yourself.
HP. Yeah, 7 again.
Okay. Okay.
I'll help brace Jor as we move forward.
So you guys can clearly tell that this one was protecting the middle bridge. Just FYI.
Yeah, well, middle bloody bridge then.
So are we going to float across? Please tell me if we're floating across. I hurt so very much right now. It burns.
I can cast. I need to save my spells. Let me give me a minute to cast it as a ritual, and then we can then go across.
Okay, I'm going to go sit over there and
Yeah.
just,
Yes.
yes, I'm going to
Sit,
go.
sit and hurt. Let's just I'm gonna go over with Fives, and we're just gonna sit against the wall and sit and hurt for a bit.
So after about 10.
You guys take 10 minutes. I will actually, because of just how grueling that was, give you guys a short rest.
Please.
So you guys may spend hit dice, do whatever you need to do, gain anything back on a short rest that you can gain back. I know you don't have any warlocks or fighters with you, but
I can use hit dice. That's what I need. 9.
Gonna get back a level of spell slots.
9
Okay.
to get 19.
So you guys have spent a few minutes sort of resting. You guys, normally this would take a little longer, but you guys are in a hurry and you guys feel sort of inspired with Princess twerking and just the
twerk
valiant
for them
battle you fought. Yeah, got
as
it.
my
Are you
song
doing
of
Song of Rest?
Yeah.
I was just thinking that. Extra D6 or whatever it is.
Yeah, it's 1d6.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't need it though. Like, I've
Okay.
got. How long does the inspiration last? Because I think I've still got.
It lasts 10 minutes, an hour?
10 minutes.
10
10
minutes.
minutes, yeah.
Okay,
So that's gone. So,
that's gone. That's all right.
but yeah, so you guys rest up, sort of bandage yourselves, and get ready to move on to the next stage of this vault. And Hisver has now concocted this floating disc.
So once
Are
everybody
you guys heading across?
Yeah, I guess.
Heading across? Okay.
sit on the invisible disc and
Yep.
right here.
Okay.
It's uncomfortable. It's like an invisible disc over a foot drop.
Okay, so you guys come across, and there's sort of a landing there where you guys can sort of land. You guys have escaped as you guys get across it, and you look back across this bridge, you can see sort of cracks and pieces that are just missing. And you realize that if you guys had walked across this, might have been a dangerous endeavor.
Well, at least we didn't fall to our deaths.
Yeah. But as you guys get to the store, you realize that it's sort of made from similar material as the ones downstairs.
Yeah. I would have grabbed my javelin.
Okay. Yeah. You guys got everything you wanted. The pudding sort of spread out as it died, and anything you threw at it, i.e., javelin and or crossbow, were retrievable.
I'm gonna kick my crossbow into the abyss down below.
Okay. It sort of clatters down below, and it sort of, as it hits, it just burst apart as the tension and the string just releases as it breaks apart, and the pieces just spread out.
We do not accept failure.
Are you guys trying this door? What's the plan with this?
Yeah, I guess
let's
open
go
the
good at
door.
doors.
So Hisver's still standing like above it, looking down on you. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll check your chaps really quickly.
Okay.
Yes,
Give
please.
me an investigation roll.
15.
Okay. This actually, now that you think about it, sort of reminds you of a similar magic that was surrounding the door or the gate to the Grahund Manor.
Here I am.
It had an arcane lock on it.
Not taking knock. Damn it.
I think this door's gonna be locked real good.
You
Magically
think
good.
you think it can be opened, but it's just going to take a little bit of work.
Maybe a little bit of inspiration.
You can't inspire the door to open, but are you inspiring somebody to open it?
Yeah, I was gonna inspire the lockpicker.
Or
try
brute
and-
forcer.
All the
Ooh.
brute force
I
stuff.
have a high dex. I could probably.
Okay. Harmony, are you going to attempt to pick the lock?
Why not?
Okay, give me a sleight of hand check. And are you inspiring her, Prince?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are you doing to inspire her?
I'm gonna like do some jazz hands around the lock and just be like, "It's ready."
You, watching this, almost feel magically compelled now to pick this lock.
It's just so beautiful. Everything he
Yeah.
does is just majestic.
Mm-hmm. You're getting memories back of that mural downstairs that was destroyed, and you're a little furious that it was wrecked on your watch. But go ahead and attempt to pick the lock. So
I've just got to go for just a moment. I'll be right
you're
back.
good. You're good.
Sorry about this.
We won't finish without you.
So does that mean I have advantage?
Inspiration. So no, 1d
1d6.
6.
I just add it. Okay. Oh, okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
All All right.
20 fucking 2.
And
Okay.
we'll just go ahead and add a 3 to it for fun. And there's
So
5.
Harmony, of all fucking people, because she's Harmony, sort of just flicks out an arrow, spins it in her hand, and sort of just sees it and like lines up the lock for a second and just jams it in, and then you just hear a chink, and the thing just falls apart. Just
I was
in
made
delicate
for
little
crime.
pieces. She was, in fact, made for crime. As she just and the thing just falls apart, and the door just swings open almost at her gesture, and she turns around and she just sort of bows to the group. And it's
Nice.
like, the tour shall continue.
I'm yes, absolutely. Dawn will go through the door first, and as she passes Harmony, she's going to give her a little hug and a kiss on the cheek and be like, "You are amazing," and then continues through the door.
I stand the poly relationship between Fala, Harmony, and Jor.
She definitely turns a very dark shade of pink. She's already pink. Extra pink.
Jor, give me a perception check.
Oh, good. I'm great at those. Spoiler, I'm not.
Spoiler, we know.
But that's a natural 20, so that's a 22.
You are very aware at how into you Harmony is at this moment.
And that's the first time I've noticed.
Yep, that's the very first moment.
Oh, shit.
Anyway,
I hope we get out of here alive.
so as you guys make your way into this room, you notice, and Jor, because of how high you are right now off this affection that you've received from Harmony, and that amazing perception check, I'm just going to like tell you everything. 4 suits of rusted plate armor, sans helmets, size for a dwarf, stand in the corners of this 20-foot high room. Each suit is draped in cobwebs. The dwarvish runes are carved into the far wall across from you, and you've almost seen this before, it feels like, and it sort of reveals itself to you in common. A secret never before told will part Dumathoin's lips. And you guys remember that you've heard somewhere that Dumathoin is the dwarven god of secrets.
Can I use my keen mind to remember any instance where I heard that in the past month?
You can, but you don't remember it.
Oh, okay.
So, does this mean one of us has to tell a secret we've never admitted before?
That sounds right.
That's definitely a conclusion you can come to, yeah.
And I'm going to pass this along.
Yeah, it seems like if you guys speak a secret, something will be revealed to you.
I got one, maybe. I don't always know what's gonna happen next.
Is it a secret if everybody knows?
You see against the far wall the beginnings of the runes begin to glow with magic. It seems like that offering was something, but it wasn't enough. Another secret needs to be told.
My family are barbarians from the ocean side, and they kill a lot of people.
It begins to grow just faintly brighter.
Yeah.
It needs something far deeper within your souls.
Fucking.
I don't like omelets.
The glowing sort of dimmers a bit.
Is anyone else going to?
I've had a crush on Jor since the moment I met her.
It begins to grow very bright.
Oh.
As of about 10 minutes ago, I realized I am super into Harmony.
the glow just continues to glow brightly.
Alright, I think everybody has to do one, guys.
I swear to God, that is not enough.
Prince and Fives, do you have anything to offer?
Uh, so I did not really want to admit this ever or at all, or to anyone, or in any circumstance. You get the idea. So I may have kind of once gone on a week-long drinking binge. I may have kind of decorated a few holy statues with sexual imagery, and I never got caught.
Begins to glow even brighter as this struggled confession reaches from Five's lips. Prince, it is now waiting for you.
I think Prince waits a little bit longer before he murmurs to the group, and he says, "The reason why I like my friends so much is because my family and I don't really like each other."
And you see this door sort of just and begin to just slowly open.
Gonna give Prince a big hug that like lifts him off his feet.
Okay, there's a group hug around Prince.
It's a group hug, yeah.
Well, at least I didn't have to admit that it was actually me that destroyed my sister's temple at one point.
Well, you did now. So
Yeah, here we are.
Doors fall off the hinges.
it sort of pops out. But yeah, you guys move forward. This trap door is now opened, and there is just stairs leading down. Are you guys
let's do it.
continuing?
Down I go. Down I go. First. Meat shield goeth.
Okay, so as you guys continue downward, while deep underground, this vault is lit by streams of sunlight that pour down from the ceiling, catching motes of dust in their luminous pools. Ornate columns support a 30-foot-high vaulted ceiling, which is adorned with carvings of dwarves basking in the presence of their gods. Deep alcoves line the walls, and piled in one of them is a vast golden trove. Out of a dusty gloom steps an aged dwarf clutching a staff, carved and painted to resemble a pair of entwined dragons, one red and one gold. Despite the dwarf's age, his eyes are steady and bright. "I wasn't expecting anyone," he says plainly. "As you can see, this place is a mess. Perhaps you should come back later, after I've tidied up a bit."
We don't mind.
How long you all been here?
Sort of just smiles and looks at you. "Have you come for the gold?"
Would it be safe to assume that you are a protector of the gold?
It would, yes.
It would also be safe to assume that if we said yes to your question, that it would not be good for us.
Depends on who you come for.
Do one of you want to take this?
I'm gonna let into Fires very quietly and be like, "I sense a betrayal on the horizon."
Do you like omelets?
What is an omelet?
Oh my god, you don't know what omelets are?
It's an egg creation. We have an artificial person robot. His
Everyone give me a perception check.
15.
15.
Yeah.
20.
Okay.
23.
Prince?
17.
Everyone in this party notices that to the right of him is a pile of insurmountable gold. To the left is a small pile of gemstones that seemed almost to be, some of them are ground to dust, some of them almost seem to be bitten in half.
Rockbiter.
Yeah.
And as you guys sort of step forward, he sees Willifort still with you. "Show me your true form." And Willifort sort of turns into this sort of porous, blue, langy creature. Says, "Who do you serve?"
Buddy, what?
Willifort says, Well, the castle enters, of course.
Are we going
And
to interrogate
as-
Willifort? Because I'm down to help you interrogate.
And
him.
as Willifort says that, this dwarf sort of begins to expand and increase and change, and his his arms sort of hit the ground and begin to grow, and his torso seems to elongate. Wings sprout out the back, and his rear end sprouts a tail. His face begins to increase and turn into a snout. He turns into a long, large golden dragon. And if anybody's here who is not from Friday or Monday or Thursday's crew, turn off now. I probably should have said at the beginning of the episode, but if you've been now, you've probably been spoiled at least a little bit. But if you really don't want to be spoiled, get out of here.
Oh God! As soon as I saw those gemstones.
Yeah. So
Like
So if
gems.
I'm going to give you like 2 seconds, 5 seconds, 10 seconds to get out of here if you really don't want to be spoiled. But for the rest of you, okay. So as you guys see this dragon sort of form in front of you, Harmony and Hisver, you guys begin to sense something is off.
Hey, buddy.
Harmony, you've sort of feel this sensation that you've felt become attuned to as things have sort of flashed in and out of existence around you since you began this journey with your friends. You feel yourself sort of beginning to experience these pulses. Hisver, the future becomes blind to you. You cannot see anything past this very moment. Nothing is as it was. And you both sort of look at each other and then look at your friends and begin to just sort of disintegrate from your fingertips, from your toe tips. And you guys sort of just turn to dust.
What?
And the rest of you all are experiencing this as you look between each other. And you sort of just, Prince goes, Jor goes, Fives goes.
Well, shit.
And you all begin to just feel yourselves come to consciousness in what seems to be a floating sensation. It wasn't where you just were, but it's cold, it's dark. You open your eyes and you see shadows forming above you. You see glass being pulled away. Harmony, Hisver. Harmony, in front of you is the face of a loved one, of Falah. She is pulling down and removing a mask from your face and pulling you out, and you begin to drip. You are soaked, you are pruny from just being drowned in liquid for months. She's pulling you out and just pulling you to her. Hisver, you see a Nimblewright with a stone adhered to its forehead, opening this glass and doing the same and pulling you out and shaking you out and setting you on the ground next to it. Fives, you see a loving, familiar face do the same for you. It's your significant other. It's the love of your life. She's pulling you into a kiss, saying, "Thank goodness you're alive. Thank goodness you're still
confused,
around."
It is so wonderful to see you again, my dear second.
Or you're being pulled out by Trench. And Prince, you're being pulled out by Neverember and Floon. And as you guys are sort of being pulled out of these pods into this room that seems to be a desecrated temple of some sort, these pods that you guys were in, these weird cylinders with green fluid just filling them, you guys sort of come to and realize you're missing months of memory. And at the door of this room is a familiar face, Volo. Volothrep says, "All right, so this is going to be weird, but
I'm gonna deck trench.
Okay, as you deck trench, the room is sort of dotted with members of the Emerald Enclave and the Harpers, as well as these people that are close to you, that are familiar faces. And Volo just says, so we found out that Xanathar was running these alternate realities with the help of some mind flayers. He was trying to discern the location of the vault. You guys have been missing for months. Some weird shit has been happening in Waterdeep. As sort of these simulations have been running. Seasons have been changing. Locations have been shifting. Relationships, people affected. What happened in there? And he's sort of looking to you all for an answer now.
Or punch Trench again.
Okay. Trench is just sort of taking them, just like...
Nope, this is not okay.
How much do you know already? How much information do you need from us?
You guys have been missing for months.
No,
We've been putting together
This
groups.
isn't real. Nope.
You guys have been in some sort of dream state or processor that has been simulating reality, that has been affecting reality. And as Harmony, as you're standing there and you're looking for Law, a gazer pops in. Your gazer. And as you guys are sort of standing there and trying to process what has happened to you, you hear a laughing break out sort of from everywhere. Just a
Nope, this isn't real.
And Volo and some of the Harpers and the Gazer, or the Emerald Enclave, and some of your friends and loved ones begin to pour out through the doorway. And you hear from outside just a clanging, a dinging against the ground, once, twice, and then a cacophony of noises. And you hear a shout back, "You really might want to see this." Harmony, that's Falah. As you guys sort of follow these voices and your friends and loved ones, you step out into what you guys know as, but have never seen before, Skullport. A town built into the Undermountain, beneath the city of Waterdeep, owned by Xanathar. But as you guys step out, you see this red glow from the ceiling, a giant rune pulsing angrily. As this laughter is continuing and gold is just raining down from the ceiling. And you hear, "Don't ever say Hollister Blackcloak never did anything for you." And as you guys sort of process this, and the laughing and the cacophony of the coins hitting the ground sort of begins to drown out all the noise around you, those that have found you and pulled you from these pods begin to grab your hands and pull you along. That's where we're going to end our campaign. Thanks everyone for joining us.
I'm sorry, what?
I would just like to start off by saying I'm Taryn Winnie, and this has been Variant Rolls Waterdeep Dragon Heist. That was a blast.
With all politeness, fuck you, Taryn.
Well, fuck me
Pretty
and the
sure
other
that-
three as well. So
Oh, that was awesome.
yeah. So, but
was a very
we're going to go around and sort of talk about ourselves for a second, where we can find us, as this is now sort of found its end, and what we enjoyed of that last session. Please don't hate me. Bye. We're going to start with where we ended, Alex.
What? What? Okay. fine.
First up, who are you? Where can we find you?
You can find me on Twitter at Alex Cato. I played Jaw, who is probably not done punching people, and will probably continue to punch people until this makes sense. So that sucks for anyone in the vicinity. Obviously, my favorite moment of this game is Joe and Harmony finally getting to that point and realizing, well, Joe realizing Harmony's got feelings for her and reciprocating that. So that's obviously my favorite moment. But also, what?
Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah. We'll jump down to Corey.
Yeah. So, my name is Corey Hickson, and you're gonna be able to find me in my bed right there for the next couple of hours trying to figure out what's going on, or on Twitter. I'm there too. My favorite moment from tonight was when we came to the Wall of Secrets. And at first I didn't know what it was because I was like, wait, this riddle doesn't make any sense. But then everyone else picked up on it. And I appreciated that. But I like that because that was a really cool riddle to figure out. Yeah, that's me.
Okay, Matt.
I'm Matt Fireball, the classical art sheets. You can find me at ZX Mozvan on Twitter if anybody wants to. I don't do much. Maybe I will now. I was encouraged. Favorite moment. Actually, it's a moment of slight disappointment because I thought for sure I'm going to make friends with this dwarf by offering him omelets, and we're going to have another friend to bring back to Trollskull Manor. I'm very upset that I didn't get to make friends with him. Then he was a cold gold dragon too. I feel doubly robbed now. How cool!
Sorry.
Yeah, the whole campaign was great, and I appreciate having me on. And then I've had a blast, and it sounds like maybe we'll get the opportunity to continue these characters down the road. Maybe.
Yeah, it's almost like you guys were put in the Undermountain / the Dungeon of the Mad Mage for a reason.
Yeah, almost.
Yeah. Samuel, how are you doing, buddy?
Bit confused, but just so happy he's been involved in the whole thing at the same time. I mean, came out of left field, but as my Twitter handle probably shows, it being Eldritch Warlock, I love Lovecraftian-esque stuff. So this idea of the whole thing being a simulation and pulled into it from the left field and things happening behind the scenes that we never had any idea of. I love that just so very much. So yeah, just so fuck you and thank you at the same time, Tavern. That was brilliant.
Yes. You're welcome. That was definitely not all me. That was definitely a recipe worked together by all of us DMs.
It extends to the other DMs as well. But who I am. So Samuel, as I said, I can be found as Eldritch Warlock on Twitter, and I've had the honor to play Five Thorns of the Blossom, who is so very happy to be united with Kaisona, his darling Sekhem, and probably eager to figure out what the hell just happened to him.
Okay, and last but not least, Sam. I was definitely saving you for last because I want to hear all of your reactions out loud. You've been chatting away.
Mostly I'm confused. I'm trying to figure out when we entered this simulation, what triggered it. Was it the fireball? I don't know. But it
has been going for a couple of months, which is longer than you guys.
Did Bolo do it? Is it his fault?
No.
Or did we just did it start before the campaign? I don't know.
It did start before the campaign, yes. Okay. I will answer that question now.
Okay. I feel all right about that then.
But everything you guys did.
Does that mean that we don't know each other?
I mean, you guys knew each other before a couple months ago in character because you had your gaming group, right?
Oh, right, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So you guys had effect on the real world, which is why those people that you met after you moved into Trollskull Manor knew you, like Trench and Falah and all those guys. And they definitely, and Neverember and those, they wouldn't have had a connection with you outside of that. So there was that draw. It just wasn't real from what you guys saw. You were still affecting people and things and locations.
Yeah.
It was just not the only reality going on at the same time.
But what about all those Sorcery the Collecting cards we made?
You'll have to check in on Troll Skull Manor at that point, or one of the 4 that exist now.
So are they
populated?
really with us right now?
Yeah, you guys are all running together. So
okay, so all of us, and then like Fallout and
yeah, they were the ones that pulled you out of these pods in Skullport.
Baby Gazer.
Yes, it was there. But what was your favorite moment, Sam, outside of confusion?
I have 3.
Okay.
First of all, when I figured out that puzzle immediately, because I'm really proud of myself. Second was, of course, Jor and Harmony finally realized that they love each other. And then my gazer popping in at the end because I was really happy because there he was and I just love him so much and I just imagined rubbing my face on him and like just smelling him. No, he's like my gazer is a little ball with little eyeballs and he's so cute.
It's a baby gazer.
I think a lot about gazers lately, guys.
I'm sorry for that one. Yeah.
Anyway.
What was your third?
Okay. Those were my 3 favorites.
Oh, those were your 3. Yeah. And excuse me as I burp into the epilogue or the podpologue as we've been calling it as DMs. And yeah, I'm Taryn Winnie, or DM Horse Garage, as I've come to be known. That's a reference. But yeah, so that was amazing. I really appreciate you guys. This has been a joy in my life. This is the end of our summer crew, but I'm sure you guys will be around for our Mad Mage dungeon crawl in some capacity or another. But yeah, so
Jules gonna be after that.
Yeah, Jor will definitely have an opportunity for some hitting things. But my favorite moment of the night was watching all of your faces as I got to monologue into the epilogue. So, and watching all the realization as you guys sort of watched each other just fade away in existence.
Oh
that was great.
I was sure that Hisver and I were just like dead, and that was it. And we were gone, and the other 3.
Yeah. No, you guys, because of your subclasses, I made it kind of more apparent to you guys because you guys, Horizon Walker and Divination Wizard, sort of have more in tune to what was going on. So, but yeah, that was something else. I really appreciate you guys playing along and exploring Waterdeep with me. I wouldn't have wanted to do it with any other group. So. But yeah, that is the conclusion of the summer crew. Join us tomorrow as we finish the finale with DM Corey, and yeah, at 12:30 Eastern, 11:30 Central, yada yada yada, as all the time zones transpire. Just check it out, and then join us Sunday at 8:30 Eastern as us DMs of the Waterdeep campaign answer questions and
I need to watch that.
reveal all as we don't forget to submit questions now that you guys have actually gone through the finale. 'Cause I'm sure you guys have more.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, so that's the last wrap up for the new year, or for this year, for Variant Roles. And then we're jumping into 2019 with some crazy stuff. The crew is putting together some really cool games, and I think we're going to be doing some really fun stuff as we wrap up this year or start next year. It's been a day, and we just wrapped up a game, and I love you guys, and that was awesome. And thanks for letting me be your DM.
Can I add a thanks to all the DMs that were a part of this, and Dan for organizing it, for all the work that they did, and for all the stuff that they put together, because that was really awesome.
Yeah, that was so good.
And to Dan for organizing it all.
Yeah, and without Dan Gaston or MadSide EM on Twitter, this would not be possible, because he was the one that sort of saw the opportunity and really pulled all of us into this awesome, wonderful, crazy, great experience we've all had. So
yeah, I'm so glad that I'm so glad that I got to know the 4 of you. I already knew Taryn, but I really like you guys. So
Yes.
Yeah, no, this has been one of my favorite groups to DM for. I've really enjoyed this.
Yeah, it's
Sort
been a
of.
lot of
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not gonna cry.
No, you're not, because we're definitely going to get the group together again and play something else down the track.
Yep, that's definitely gonna happen. Yeah. But yeah, so check us out tomorrow to wrap up the wrap up, and then check us out on Sunday to finale the finale as we answer all of your questions and tell all, or do we? And that's a wrap.
hey, Taryn,
Yeah.
will you make the black pudding noise one more time?
Wait.
perfect point to end on.
Now do it in the horse garage.
And now doing a horse garage. Hey!
Okay, that was a perfect point for this group to end on, I think.
That's definitely a Friday group. So bye y'all.
Cheers.
Ciao.
Wrap us up.